Nicki Minaj is one of the most influential and successful female rappers of all time, with countless awards, hit singles, and loyal fans around the world. However, her path to success was not always easy, especially when she found herself blackballed by the industry and ridiculed by listeners. In this video, we will explore how Nicki's Queen Radio podcast was a crucial part of her career during this difficult time and how it helped her fight back against industry gatekeeping, smear campaigns, and more. Queen Radio was more than just a platform for Nicki Minaj's voice. It was always a space where she could amplify the voices of others in the industry. The guest appearances in the show were a key feature, with Nicki often inviting fellow musicians, producers, and even friends to join her for interviews and discussions. For example, in one episode, Nicki had Tekashi 69 as her guest, a controversial rapper who was facing legal trouble at the time. Nicki's decision to have him on the show sparked a lot of attention and controversy, as many criticized her for supporting a fellow artist who had been involved in criminal activity. However, Nicki used the opportunity to defend her friend and assert her own power in the industry, while also showcasing her ability to generate buzz and keep her fans engaged. The interview was widely covered by the media and drew significant attention to Queen Radio, helping to solidify its place as a platform for artists and celebrities to speak their minds and connect with their fans. Queen Radio, Nicki Minaj's podcast, had an undeniable impact on Apple streaming listeners. Whenever Nicki went live on air, the show would trend, drawing in new listeners and solidifying her influence amongst her fan base. Despite facing smear campaigns and industry gatekeeping, Nicki's voice and the power of her platform continued to grow. This speaks to the importance of Queen Radio in amplifying underrepresented voices in the music industry and connecting with fans on a personal level. Another important aspect of Queen Radio was its move from Apple to Amazon. This is because Amazon offered Nicki Minaj a more lucrative deal and a greater degree of creative control over the show. Additionally, Amazon Music offered more marketing and promotional support for the show, which helped it to reach a wider audience. Ultimately, the move allowed Nicki to expand her reach and grow her brand in new and exciting ways. One of the most significant moments in history of Queen Radio was when Nicki used the platform to fight back against Atlantic Records' smear campaign and intent to replace her with Cardi B, who was signed to the label. The music industry is known for its cutthroat tactics, and Atlantic Records was allegedly involved in a payola scheme that involved bribing radio stations and bloggers to blackball Nicki and give Cardi more airtime. In this context, Nicki's fight back against the label was a brave and necessary move. Cardi B had been gaining sympathy and support from the general consensus, especially among the black culture and on social media, which only added to the challenge Nicki was facing. But Nicki refused to back down and spoke openly about the challenges she was facing. This moment showcased Nicki's resilience and unwillingness to be silenced by those who sought to push her out of the industry. Queen Radio played a critical role in Nicki's fight against sabotage attempts on her world tour in 2018, the Nicki Hendrix Tour. Despite facing challenges after Future dropped out of the tour, Nicki used Queen Radio to speak about the situation and maintain control of her career. She announced that Juice WRLD would replace Future on her European tour, showing her fans that she was not giving up on her fans or her music. Many industry insiders speculated about low ticket sales, but Nicki revealed that she postponed the tour to perfect her live show, and not because of poor ticket sales. It is believed that the blackballing of Nicki from the industry and the machine behind Cardi B may have forced other artists to avoid Nicki to avoid getting targeted alongside her. Queen Radio has seen its fair share of unforgettable moments, but perhaps none as powerful as when Nicki Minaj exposed the Grammy executives who had blackballed her after her electrifying performance of Roman's Holiday in 2012. The world watched in awe as Nicki used the platform to speak out against the injustice that had been done to her, unafraid to demand her rightful place in the industry. The executives in question were Ken Herlick and David Wild, and their actions were seen as a blatant attempt to silence one of the most powerful voices in the music industry. While many artists behind closed doors applauded Nicki's courage, they were also afraid to speak out against the Academy. This moment solidified Nicki's legacy as a fierce advocate for herself and other artists who have been mistreated and ignored. Through Queen Radio, Nicki Minaj gave life to a thriving community of Black bloggers on social media platforms such as YouTube and Instagram. These bloggers leveraged the content of Queen Radio to increase the engagement and viewership numbers. This, in turn, helped to diversify the conversation surrounding the industry's treatment of Nicki Minaj, shifting it away from the dominant narrative of a hate train and amplifying diverse perspectives and voices. Queen Radio thus not only provided a platform for Nicki to speak her truth, but also enabled the empowerment of others in her community. One of the most fascinating outcomes of Queen Radio was the proliferation of its signature sound effects throughout social media. These sounds became so trendy and viral that they inspired a new generation of Black content creators who use Nicki Minaj's music, career, and personal life as the basis of their content. At a time when radio stations and record labels were trying to silence her, Nicki used Queen Radio to connect directly with her fans, share new music, and promote her merchandise. By doing so, she was able to bypass the industry gatekeepers and create a more intimate and personal relationship with her audience. The impact of Queen Radio on the entertainment industry and social media culture cannot be overstated. In conclusion, Queen Radio was more than just a radio show. It was a testament of the strength and perseverance of Nicki Minaj in the face of adversity. Through her platform, she inspired a community of supporters who stood by her and rallied against the industry politics and gatekeeping. Her refusal to back down showed the power of self-belief, determination, and creativity. Queen Radio became a symbol of her fight for her place in the industry and an example of how one voice can change the conversation and inspire change. Nicki's journey through the music industry and her use of Queen Radio to build a direct connection with her fans will continue to inspire generations of artists and creatives to come. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell.